Hi everyone, this is Nibiru Watcher. It is July 5th, 2018, and I am on addictedsports.com, and I'm going to show you the homepage, well, the webcam page. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to do this live, because what we're watching now is live. It's happening right now. This is 1 p.m. Pacific time. Now, I want to show you some interesting objects that are appearing in the sky on multiple cameras right now. At the same time, in the same direction, the same object. In this camera over Italy, we've got this object. We've got this object here. The same object in the same direction here. A spider, a smudge. Let's bust all those myths one at a time. And even in this object right here. So let's go back in time on each of these frames. And this object here. So what do you think could possibly show up on all these cameras, including the strange pink sky in Deutschland, Germany, at the same time? How many cameras we got there? We got the object here, one. We've got an object here, and here, and here, and here. So let's start with, oh, this one looks interesting. Keep in mind, it is in the same direction. The strange object with looking red. Let's go back in time and watch the time lapse. Something in the camera. Okay, that was interesting. Let's do that. Now, for those of you that say that, well, they're going to say a lot of things. I couldn't believe a planet would suddenly appear and disappear. Well, you know, these are 10 minutes apart, so there is some planetary movement, and the speeds have lots of 3 different velocities that they travel at. So the fact that these frames are 15 minutes apart, it didn't suddenly disappear. It's that these frames are snapshots 10 minutes apart. So there was some actual travel time that we missed on these planets. It would have been great to catch this on video. Okay, so that's planet number 1 that we saw. Now let's look at the same object. Hold on. I apologize. Let's look at the site information. We can show you the direction of this. If we go to right click, translate to English, and we can see the camera goes towards the west. Okay. So we'll click webcams again, and let's watch this object. The same one. At the same time, 2200 hours. This is live. I'm going to click this little arrow here, and we're going to do a time lapse backwards, and we notice it suddenly disappears, having the same movement as the same object. Go back to current skies. And if we go to site information, right click the mouse, translate to English, and we can see this is the northwest. Or looks out to the eastern shore of the North Lake. It's the same object. Next camera, remember, this is what blows. I love it when they have all these objects, 1, 2, 3. How about this object in Italy? Now this is the very next frame. This is 22 hours and 20 minutes. The object is now gone. Right click your mouse, translate to English, and we can see it is also facing the west, also in Italy. Let's just go back 10 minutes because we're doing this live. Wow, what do we got here? Yeah, the plasma spider that only has 2 legs, or, you know, it's a pretty funky looking spider, right? It's just getting bigger every time I show you guys. The ever-growing plasma spider. Yeah, I say that to the trolls because they keep saying this is a spider that always has its giant legs facing down, and I don't know. How does that happen to be a spider on the same planet at the same time? On all the cameras, in the same direction. That is one crazy spider. Yeah, whatever. Let's keep going. And how about this camera here? This subject. How does that work out for us? Well, it only appeared for a moment on one frame. And oh yeah, how about this one? You guys are gonna love this one. Here's the same object, same direction. Just click on site information. I will leave links for all this in the description box, so you too can go and look at this. This one's a little more to the north. Actually, it was more of the northwest. This object right here. Let's go back. Smudge on the lens. Why did it suddenly disappear? Why does this object have 2 fat legs that point downwards towards the earth? Boogeyman, plasma tubes. Sorry, that was Boogeyman sending me a cool hands. This object right here. Let's go back one frame. This is in Germany. Face the northwest sky, folks. It's getting bigger. This is the present time view right here. Let me click on it. All on this. Well, please forgive me, by the way. This is a live stream, so some say I go too fast. Some say I go too slow. Can't make everybody happy. I am sorry. Wow. Isn't that interesting, though, that this plasma spider kind of has the same kind of shape to it? It's got this 2 fuzzy tails coming down with a little split V in the middle. Or do you think that that could just be right where the toroidal field is split in the middle of this planetary planet object? And we're watching this thing. We're not seeing it. You'll have lots of questions about why we see it and how we see it. It is because of the lens array that is projecting this image, and why we get to see it through the clouds. You must really seriously think about what it is that we're looking at. It moves around on the lens. It's really not that hard to think about how a planet is preventing light from hitting the top of the clouds, blocking this light, creating these massive, dark, shadowy objects. Why would it be still in space? No, it's not a spaceship. It's not doing anything. Why would a spaceship? Huh. So here is another camera angle going back to the 4th. Let's just look at this thing. So we have lens arrays that are bending the light around these shadowy objects. Some say you can see through them. It's because they're a projection. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the lens array, please go back and watch my other videos. Or watch till the end and I will briefly go over the lens array that are pulling these planetary objects out of focus. But let's go back in time on this one. What could ever cause that to happen? My, oh my, what do we have here? This line here. You know, I used to talk about this stuff, cloaked drone ships. These are hard to discern here. You do have to consider that these are delayed. Okay, the exposure time 30 seconds. So this could have been a object that was traveling in front of it. So I do believe sometimes we see with dots and stuff, with the exposure time of 30 seconds, it basically like smears the light across the entire film during the 30 seconds. Which means if this was a plane that was traveling, it took 30 seconds to travel from here to here. So very well could have been a plane. So I don't really comment on that anymore. So ladies and gentlemen, those who are watching this far, this is where things get really interesting. Notice the red sky. In the next frame, watch what happens next. We have this planetary shadowy body show up in our skies. It does not always have to cast a shadow on the water depending on which direction the shadow was cast. It could be cast directly towards the camera, so we wouldn't be seeing the shadow here. In the next frame, watch this. Now it's hidden up in the area up here, but let me click on it to see what was hidden from our camera. We see it had moved over here, the same object. These camera shots were taken 10 minutes apart, so they're not moving. It took 10 minutes to transition from that time, and then 10 minutes later, we see the shadow here. Now, here we get the same object I've been talking about. This has the classic signature with the V pattern on top, with the fat little wings. Let me zoom out. Watch what happens in the next frame. Bam. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me? There you go. I think, which one is Planet X? Let's see what happens in the next frame. There's your Planet X, folks. It's getting closer. Before I get into the lens array, I would like to show you the orbital path of this system. This is solar system scope. This is the today's date, which, by the way, as of right now and for the last couple of weeks, all the planets are on the, well, if we look at it from this side, are on this half of the solar system. Thank you for MB3 for pointing this out. The way the system came in, I'm going to make this real quick, came in from the Orion constellation. You guys see the Orion Belt constellation down here? It came up through this long orbit, crossed through the orbital path of where Ceres is, smashed it once upon a time, this ancient planet. It is now remnants of what we call like an asteroid planet looking thing, where the asteroid belt is, passing through the Virgo constellation, heading towards Draco, which is up here at a 23-degree angle. Took 3 years, I believe, came through in 2011, and now will finish its transition as it passes through the Aquarius constellation and head down towards the Orion constellation. That I believe to be the orbital path. Many people ask me, when are we going to see it? I can't give you an exact date. I can give you an orbital path that I believe that it is headed in. What I want to show you something interesting and an amazing set of coincidences, which I don't believe in coincidences. I want to show you something that, we are in the Hebrew year 5778. Check this out. Did you know that the last day of 2778 is September 8th? So September 9 would be the new year for the Hebrew, or the Feast of Trumpets. Check out the alignment here. So I put in the future date, September 9, 2008. Look at this amazing alignment. We have the new moon, we have the sun, the moon, the earth, and Neptune perfectly aligned. Well, Neptune, the water planet, lined up with Aquarius, the water constellation. Yeah, I kind of bring that up because I don't know when it does path. I think it every time. I don't know when, but if this ain't the year, I would be amazed. I don't know, because it takes too many days for the Earth, the exact moment or the day or the hour. No one can figure this out. The orbital path, the mechanics of it are just too hard for anyone to figure out. I just wanted to say that this Neptune Earth Moon alignment in the Aquarius constellation, two watery symbolic constellation that just happened to be on the last day of the Hebrew year. Does the Feast of Trumpets sound familiar? Well, y'all remember when the 923 event, the Revelation 12 sign, was also during the Feast of Trumpets. And now, on the 1-year anniversary of that, we have this amazing alignment with Neptune and the Aquarius. Well, that's all I have to say for now. And one last thing. Many people would like to give you, where was the stars lined up during the event that we see in Germany. So you can see the crosshairs here that Germany is just above Italy here to the right. You can see that we are in the northwest sky. So in this area is where we were looking at the time, and the real time right now is what we're looking at. So I hope you like this video. And for all of you who donated to me and helping me out in my life challenges, thank you so much. I had no idea how much everybody cared about the things I've been showing you, because I have been going through some incredible battles. I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for all who have given. I love you, and thank you for your prayer and support. God, have a blessed day.